What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Tales from the Stack podcast, brought to you by Sefton Libraries. If you like what you hear, rate and review us on your podcast network of choice. You can also follow us on social media at Sefton Libraries, on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Blue Sky. Now let us begin.
Welcome to Two Truths and a Lie. Two of these bookish statements are going to be true. One of them will be a well-hidden lie. Here we go. Before he became a novelist, Dan Brown was a pop singer, with one of his albums sharing a title with his book, Angels and Demons. Anna Jacobs ensures to feature the line, "Oh no, my shawl," in each of her novels. And Arthur Conan Doyle was good friends with Harry Houdini. Find out the lie at the end of the episode.
And hello, this is Alison, and I'm in the Author's Corner for the Sefton Libraries podcast, Tales from the Stack. Welcome. Now, with me today, I have a Liverpool writer who is also a therapist and a champion for journals about mental health. And this is welcome to Sarah Mellor.
Hello, Alison. It's really nice to be here.
There you go. It is a pleasure to have you. Thank you. So, we're a library, as I'm sure that you recognise as you came in. And this is a Libraries podcast. Each author that we've asked to come in, we've asked them about their experience of libraries when they were growing up. So what about you?
Yeah, well, the first thing that comes to mind is that I come from a small village.
Okay.
So we had a mobile library rather than a static library. Okay. And I remember that when I was in primary school, because it used to park outside our primary school, and I used to have to clamber up the stairs to get in it. And then once you got in it, it was like this magical place for shelves and shelves of brightly coloured books. But I can remember how magical it was, and I still feel like that when I go into my local library.
Yes.
It's like being in a sweet shop, isn't it? So you look
can
around
be, yes. Yeah.
And you've got all these books to choose from, all these voices out there. So yeah, I remember that. And I remember like the local town had a library that my dad went to really regularly. And I remember my school library as well, which was quite a big thing as well. But yeah, my first memory of a library is that magical mobile library.
It's wonderful that you've mentioned so many different types of libraries, because many people will think, oh, it's just the bigger libraries, but the smaller ones or even the mobile libraries are just as important. And obviously spreading the word and allowing people to read books is brilliant.
Yeah, and I guess mobile libraries are really important for rural communities as well, aren't they? Because they take the books to the people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you're on this magical bus. Which authors do you think inspired you the most as a child and both and as adult?
Yeah, I think now I can't actually remember what books I took out from that magical moving library at all. But I guess now I've got really wide tastes when it comes to books. So crime writers, I love crime because I write crime.
Of course.
But I love the Scandinavian authors, you know, the cold winters, which my book is also set in the cold winter.
Certainly is.
And that sort of soulful, I don't know, there's just something about those authors that I really like. Mm-hmm. I really like an American author called Attica Locke as well, and I like the way that she blends crime fiction with literary fiction, because I'm also a big fan of literary fiction. I'm a very wide reader, really. So I've just discovered Barbara Kingsolver, which is probably a bit late to the...
It's fine, join the party, why not? I don't think they would mind.
I'm devouring everything that she's written, and I like Anne Wright as well, and Colin Tobin, you know, the Irish writers as well.
Yes,
so,
indeed.
Quite wide. I will literally probably read anything.
Good for you. So was there any of those particular authors that made you decide to become a crime author? How did that happen for you?
Not really, but I started to write crime because I loved mysteries. I think the book that probably way back really captured my attention was Rebecca. Okay. I could not put that book down. I was completely consumed with it when I was a teenager. And I haven't quite managed it yet, but maybe one day. I've always wanted to write a book that's so immersing, and the mystery and the twist and everything is just so great, really.
I think you've done fairly well with The Departed, to be honest, personally.
You.
As a psychotherapist, you've obviously done the training and spoke to lots of patients.
Yeah.
What made you then decide to transfer to being a crime novelist? How did you make that leap, shall we say?
I guess that I'm still a psychotherapist, so I just keep that persona separate from my writing.
Right, okay.
So I still work as a psychotherapist.
Okay, fair enough.
So I haven't actually leapt across, but I actually think they're quite similar in a way, because I work with people, and when you meet a new person, their stories unfold in front of you week on week, and in a way that's similar to writing a book as well. So the character stories will unfold in front of you. So if you're interested in people, which I am, it's like that they marry really well.
Right, okay.
Together.
I honestly, I hadn't thought about that before, but I can certainly see those connections, and people are sometimes like puzzle pieces, a bit like in a novel that you're trying to get your character from A to B, and they have stumbling blocks along the way. And I suppose when you meet people and help them, maybe you're looking for those stumbling blocks and helping people to get over the stumbling blocks to get well.
Yeah, I love learning about people, the same as I would love making up characters as well.
Okay. For somebody, I've read The Departed, somebody comes into the crime section and picks up The Departed. They've never come across it before. Could you tell us a little bit about the story?
Yes, so it's set in Liverpool in 1979, and it's during the Winter of Discontent, they called it, which was a freezing cold winter where there were lots of strikes and power cuts, and even the gravediggers. Some gravediggers were on strike. I think I make it out in my book there were more than actually were on strike.
Creative license, it's fine.
Exactly, creative license. And it follows the story of Leigh, who is the only woman detective at the time on the Serious Crime Squad. So she's sort of up against it that way. And a body of an unidentified teenager, young man, is found in a derelict building. And it leads Leigh and her partner, Des Chung, really into more disappearances of young men in the city, and it really is personal for Leigh because her own brother has disappeared as well, and it ends up really leading them into a labyrinth of family secrets and lies by the end. But the story of Leigh's missing brother goes on in this first book and also in the series as well.
Thank you very much. Liverpool 1979. Why that particular date? So you've talked about the Winter of Discontent.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that drew you to that particular time period?
I think I was growing up at that time, so I think there's some nostalgia involved in it that I want to, because they seem like really grim times when you look back on them, but actually it didn't feel like that at the time. You know, they felt like good times at the time, but I'm actually really interested in, like, this book and the next book. I've set them against pivotal moments in Liverpool's history. So the next book, which is called The Silent Places, is set in the unrest in Toxteth in 1981. So even though it's not about that, it affects the characters' lives, and I'm really fascinated by the political backdrops that go on that affect all our lives, while at the same time there's a murder going on.
Yes.
So it's really, you know, it makes it more difficult for them to solve that murder. And also the freezing cold winter, it makes it more difficult for them to get around the city, particularly as they've got no mobile phones, they've got no computers. A lot of my characters in the book don't even have telephones in the house, no DNA. So they have to move around and talk to people, which is, it's great to be encumbered by, you know, all that technology.
So is the winter and the difficulty with Leah's car and a kind of metaphor for her struggle as well? That it's causing a struggle in their investigation?
It all feels a little bit of a big bit of an uphill struggle for Leigh, really. Yeah, and it goes on, really, in the next book as well, poor Leigh.
I was going to ask about that. So Leigh could be interpreted as almost like a self-destructive character. Do you like to make your characters go through the mill?
Not consciously.
No.
I don't think consciously, but I actually think with that, I wanted her to act out what she was feeling, rather than describe it on the page, because obviously it's pretty heavy, isn't it? Your brother going missing, and she was heartbroken. But I didn't want to do her explaining how she felt. I wanted to show how she felt.
Yes.
And how she feels is acted out, if you like, by self-sabotaging herself and doing things that actually feed into the plot as well, because they get her into all sorts of trouble because she's unhappy, and so she's just like, well, you know, to hell with it, I'll just do this. So, and I think that's to do with me being a therapist, because I'm a cognitive behavioural therapist.
Right, okay.
And I'm interested in the behavioural bit, in particular, in what people do. Mm-hmm. And what that says about them, and whether that's helpful to them or unhelpful to them. And so that's probably why it ended up coming out in a way I didn't plan in The Departed, that's what Leigh does.
It does provide some of the more humorous elements of the book as well, that her antics have unexpected consequences, particularly with the case. So I do recommend reading it for that aspect as well. So talking about reminiscing and nostalgia, why choose Tizer as Leigh's drink of choice in your novel? She drinks a lot of Tizer, doesn't she?
And I have to admit, the Tizer came and then it grew and grew and grew. She was basically drinking Tizer in every scene. But, well, I think for a start, it's a fantastically 70s drink. So it's like, it's orange, it's loud, it's sugary. But Tizer always stuck in my head because my husband used to drink it when he was little, but as an adult, after I'd married him, every time we went home, my mother-in-law would get the Tizer in for him. So you know how mums do.
Yes, they do.
You say you like
want us to be comfortable.
And you say you like one thing once, and then it just appears forever. So there was always, and it wasn't a can; it was one of those massive bottles.
Oh my goodness!
Of Tizer, which of course he never touched. But I think it really stuck in my head, you know, that was a drink of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, something he used to like.
The other thing was, why did you decide to include a romance element in The Departed? So obviously crime is kind of grey and gritty and all those aspects of human nature that may not necessarily be nice, and we have this romance going on.
Yeah, well, I suppose because Leigh has such a hard time, doesn't she, that actually it gave her something nice as well, so it wasn't all doom and gloom for her. But she actually, in the first draft, was having a relationship with somebody else.
Okay.
And I wrote that in really because I just thought she's young, and that's what young people do. They have romances. Mm-hmm. And it was my agent, Claire Coombs, who said to me, I wish that was Des. And I was like, Des? What do you mean, Des? And then I took it away and thought, I started to write it, and I thought, oh, that actually really works. And then I ended up falling in love a little bit with Des as the book went on as well.
He's a nice guy, Des. When you read the book, you'll understand.
He's a nice guy. And the person who she had the relationship with to start with has found their way into the second book, but not as a romance element, just as a friend of her missing brother. So it just goes to show you in writing, you can, if you ditch one character, you can always bring them back again.
That's very true. So we have a segment on Tales from the Stack with the lovely Gordon, who does a biscuit review about biscuits, the texture, the taste, and all those sorts of things. So what is your favourite biscuit and why?
Yeah, so it's a difficult question because I do like all biscuits. So I just wouldn't refuse any biscuit. So I'd be happy. But there is one of my favourite biscuits in front of me now, which is also, I feel, is a very 70s biscuit, which is an Orange Club.
There you go. And I happened to pick up some biscuits, especially for Sarah, not knowing that was your favourite biscuit.
That's my favourite biscuit. And I also like a Jaffa cake as well.
Ooh.
I think that might be, either of them would be my desert island biscuit.
Is it biscuit or cake?
Well, I would say it was cake.
I believe Jordan has another segment discussing that very topic.
Yeah, so I'd say cake, but also it's got everything going on for it, because it's got cake and it's got jelly and it's got chocolate.
Chocolate on the top.
So you've got a little bit, whereas your Orange Club is just sweetness, isn't it, throughout?
It is.
Yeah.
I think that's a good choice of biscuit. I approve of that choice of biscuit.
Thank you.
What's next for Sarah Mellor. So we've obviously got The Departed, which, congratulations.
Thank you.
What will come next?
Yeah, so The Departed is in your libraries now.
Certainly is, that's right.
Now. And the second book is out, which is called The Silent Places. And that will be available in the libraries.
I'll be looking forward to that one, find out what happens next. Well, again, if you want to borrow or place a hold on the books, as Sarah mentioned, you can go to the website at seftonlibrariescatalogue.gov.uk or pop into your local library and you can ask one of our members of staff to give you a hand and to place that for you. Sarah, just thank you so much for coming in and
really
giving us your time and telling us all about The Departed. You have been amazing. Thank you so much. This has been Alison and the lovely Sarah for the Sefton Libraries podcast, Tales from the Stack. Keep listening, and until next time, bye-bye.
Let's get tasting. Mmm. 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 Oh. Delicious. So, welcome to Gordon's Biscuit Hour. Don't worry, it's not for an hour. Just feels like it. And today we've got Dan, who works in the back room and works the magic. You think the books just appear on them shelves by themselves? No, they don't. Dan has to go to the publisher and physically manhandle them, vessel them, get the books off and make sure they're all in order, all the pages there from the beginning to the end. And Dan does all that. But yeah, so he's joining us today for our Biscuit Hour, and he's chosen and provided Tunnock's Teacakes.
Tunnock's Teacakes.
So, Dan, why did you choose Tunnock's Teacakes?
I'm obsessed with them.
Are you really?
Yeah, I love them to bits. Like, I've bought several boxes over the past month when I knew that we were going to be recording this. And
in anticipation.
Yeah, and none of them have survived for the actual podcast recording. So I think I'm on my 5th box.
Wow, that's dedication to the...
Yeah, so I've tested them thoroughly.
You tested them thoroughly.
Yeah.
And so would you say what you've tested so far are the usual high standards?
Yeah, I think Tunnock's is the pinnacle of Teacake technology.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you. I'm a nice big fan of Tunnock's. I mean... Okay, do they strictly fit into Biscuit Hour? I would say so, because you have them with a drink, don't you?
Yeah, and they do contain biscuit.
They do contain biscuit.
The lower layer, the basement of the Tunnock is kind of like a shortbread.
Yes, it's actually very nice. I could if they just sold just the base, I would eat just the base.
Yeah, just Tunnock's discs.
Yeah, if they have a marshmallow drought or something.
Yeah,
you could just sell the discs full of air.
Well, I assumed it was pure marshmallow that was in them.
Oh yeah.
But in my research leading up to today, I found out it's an Italian meringue.
Italian meringue?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
So it doesn't contain the gelatinous element of marshmallow, the chewy element.
Yeah, they're not chewy, are they? They just melts in your mouth.
Yeah.
All right, so Tunnock's Teacakes, which are famously, if you don't know, are a Scottish brand.
Yeah.
Tunnock's has been around since 1890s, and Tunnock's Teacakes have been around since the 60s at least. I can't find an earlier date than that, but they've probably been around since before that. So, they're quite a posh biscuit, aren't they?
I'd say so. Like, I'll get the box out.
Because you get a box, and unlike your digestives or your McVitie's, you'd only get 6.
And I'd say calling it a box is kind of an understatement. It's almost like a display case.
It is, isn't it? I mean, if you look at the box, it's got the yellow livery, and then you've got a clear plastic cellophane showing you the 6 lovely treats you've got.
Yeah, like a viewing
individually
window.
Wrapped in the highest grade aluminium foil. That's the same stuff that NASA sent spaceships to the moon with.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, you could launch a Tunnock.
You certainly could launch a Tunnock to the moon. As I'm sure many have been. You do a range of snacks, Tunnocks.
Yeah, we've got is it caramel wafer? That's probably one of the most famous
things. The pinky wafer thing. It's like a pink wafer, but it's the caramel one, isn't it?
Yeah, and a coconut snowball, I think as well they do.
Oh my god!
Which I've not really had, I don't think.
Have you not had a snowball?
No, I need to track them down.
Oh, Dan. Right, we're going to have to do part 2 for this.
Part 2.
I will find. Oh my god, Dan!
Experiencing one for the first time.
Do you like coconut?
I like coconut. Yeah.
Oh my god, you're going to love them.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. I don't think they've got Italian marshmallow in. I think they've got proper
like proper chewy marshmallow, stringy, stretchy.
Yeah, they're really, really nice.
Well, that's probably how I got onto the Teacake, is the wagon wheel Teacakes, or like the supermarket brand Teacake, which is actual marshmallow. They're a lot smaller than a Tunnock's.
Oh yeah.
And they usually have like a little blob of jam in the middle.
Yeah, that's a distinction feature, isn't it, from the Tunnock's? Is you don't cheapen it by putting a blob of jam in. It's not there to bribe you. Oh, there's a bit of jam in there if you get through this marshmallow.
Bit of a sugar high. Actually, but I say that the whole thing's full of sugar, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's full of Scottish goodness.
Shall I pop them open?
I think you should. My stomach's rumbling.
Because one of the other features of the display case they come in is your little cardboard pull at the side, which probably makes it very nice.
We're going AMSR?
ASMR, yeah. Audio Sensory Meridian Response, if anyone doesn't know what that stands for. Basically just close-up whispery sounds that sound nice. Like that. Okay, here we go. That's the box open.
Lovely.
Here you go, Gordon. Choose your weapon.
Normally on the Biscuit Hour, we do a bit of a break, but unfortunately these really don't lend themselves to breaking.
No, they're very soft.
So I will unwrap it.
A
brown dome of pleasure awaits.
Now, how do you eat your Tunnocks, Gordon? Do you just go all in one, or do you nibble?
So I've got a bit of a ritual, as often as we do, and I like to get the whole of the marshmallow in my mouth.
Yeah.
And then I sort of, I don't know how you describe it.
I'm describing what Gordon is doing. He's nibbling and rotating at the same time.
Yeah. So I put it in my mouth and kind of rotate the Tunnock while nibbling down to separate the marshmallow.
So you're eating that first. The meringue goes first.
So, apologies.
In one. Right. So there we go. We've got the biscuit separated from the mallow.
I'm presenting it to the microphone as if you can see it, but use your imagination.
Yeah, the lonely biscuit disc. I'm because I've got facial hair. I can no longer nibble a tea cake. They just have to go in all in one, because I'm just going to get Italian meringue all over my moustache.
And I imagine it's a nightmare to get out of facial hair.
It's just sticky, yeah. So I'm going all in.
Go on, Dan. Go
Here
on.
we go. All in one. Delicious.
Some good sound there, but good nice crunching sound there. Mm-hmm. So I've still got the base.
And the base is like almost got like an oaty texture, isn't it? It's not as like crumbly as a. It's crumbly, but it's not like a shortbread.
No, it's very strange. It's kind of maybe part way between cake, part way between biscuit.
Yeah, I don't think it's the highest quality of biscuit. I wouldn't be surprised if it's that far off from your average dog biscuit. Maybe a bit softer.
Dog biscuits are quite hard.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how I know that. No, it's very, very nice. It's got.
Yeah, the biscuits. Weirdly, I think it's my favourite part.
It's got its own kind of taste to it, but I can't tell you what it is.
No, I can't really compare it to any other biscuit.
No, it's lovely though. A bit of chocolate on your fingers is always a good sign of a biscuit.
Yeah.
Unless you're not eating a chocolate biscuit, and then that's a red flag.
They are nice with a hot drink, but I wouldn't say anyone really should attempt dunking a Tunnock's tea cake.
I do actually believe dunking them is actually illegal.
Yeah, I think if you were to develop a rating scale for dunkability on this section, Tunnock's is in the impossible bracket. Like,
yeah, you can't dunk them, can you? Really?
No, you're gonna lose it in the.
I mean, if you tried to do it marshmallows, you're going to lose grip, aren't you? It's going to be at the bottom of your drink. And I imagine they're probably quite disgusting once they're dissolved into your cup of tea.
Probably, yeah. Can you imagine staring one into your coffee? Probably wouldn't look too good.
It would, no. It certainly wouldn't.
Probably taste quite nice, but yeah, wouldn't look very nice. I've got a Tunnock's fact for you.
Oh, go on.
Well, a Teacake fact.
A Teacake fact.
That the RAF in the 1960s actually banned having Tunnock's Teacakes on board planes during flight.
Wow, okay.
Because they used to take them up there and in this particular case.
Just to have them like as a snack or
Just
something.
as a snack, yeah.
Not as ordnance.
No, or as, I don't know, lubrication for gears. And they were left on top of the control panel for later.
Oh, yeah.
And due to rapid depressurization of the cabin, the Italian meringue expanded, doubled in size, spilled out of the wrapper, and then went all over like the controls and things like that. Yeah, like imagine like expanding wall insulation foam, like that, just spilling out all over the controls. So, yeah, they were banned.
They were banned. So they were essentially a danger to national security.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, they could have been like given them by the enemy, like a Trojan treat, like to.
A Trojan treat.
Yeah, thinking that it was actually good.
You go, wasn't that Russian gentleman really nice providing us with all these Tunnock Teacakes for our early response team?
Yeah, and
then
kindly
get up to
arrange
fit.
them all over our panels and things so
Yeah.
we can reach them whenever we want.
Yes, they were banned. They were banned. Well, I mean, obviously, it's a danger to the safety of an aircraft.
Yeah, imagine if that's the way you went. Like, your plane lost all electrics, and it's like, oh,
It's like, why did the plane crash? Someone had a Tunnock's Teacake award. I mean, you'd be furious
it would be, yeah.
if you went dead. So, apparently, they did make a giant Tunnock's Teacake for the 2014 Glasgow Commonwealth Games.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't say how big the Teacake is, but I can imagine it's pretty big.
Yeah,
Just take a second to imagine how big it could be.
yeah. I'd like to be able to maybe crouch within the Teacake.
Peter Crouch level?
Yep. No, I mean, if I myself could crouch within.
Oh, you could like
Yeah, if I could devour the meringue, and as long as it didn't touch the chocolate,
crawl into it.
like an igloo, like a tiny igloo.
Like a chocolate igloo.
Yeah, wonderful. And I saw for April Fool's Day this year, on their social media, they posted a Tunnock's Teacake Easter egg, which they showed cut down the middle, lower third filled with like a biscuit, and then the rest of it filled with the
Italian meringue.
The meringue, yeah. And I think they got quite a lot of responses saying, this is a joke, but really, can you make this? This is amazing.
I think it would go down well.
Yeah, I'd buy one.
I'd buy one as well.
Even if it was like an online only, I had to pre-order or whatever. Yeah, definitely. You have to eat it with a spoon.
Oh, so definitely watch this space then, isn't it?
Yeah, because I think that's happened a couple of times where companies have done an April Fool, and it's been so popular that they've gone out and then made it. I think I saw a video the other day where Chupa Chups have teamed up with IKEA, and they've made Swedish meatball flavoured lollipop that's sold in the IKEA.
Right, okay. I thought it was going to go the other way round then. It's going to be Chupa Chups flavoured meatballs.
Yeah, like a Coca-Cola bottle crunchy meatball. I'd try it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
So, can you remember when you had your first Tunnock's Teacake?
I think
Would they have been something special?
they were something I considered for old people. So
Yeah.
I'd have my little jammy-filled supermarket tea cakes that weren't proper tea cakes.
Yeah, because you normally get 8 or 12 in them packets as well, don't you?
Yeah, and really small. And then I think one day, I can't remember where I was, I had one, and I was like, this is so much better. I feel like I'm eating like a little cake.
Yeah, yeah.
Having one. And the foil is cool, and the whole like visual. I love the yellow and red kind of retro design of the box. You can imagine the design of the box hasn't changed that much.
I couldn't imagine it's changed at all since the 1890s. I mean, to me, Tunnock's Teacakes, I think they were definitely the posher side of the snacks. I probably only had them when I went round to my grandparents' house.
Yeah,
And it'd be
that's
like,
when I had it.
Here's a Tunnock's Teacake, because I've got Scottish grandparents. Lived in Liverpool, but they were originally from Scotland, so maybe that was a little bit of a treat to sort of a taste of the motherland.
Yeah, but there's one particular addition to the Teacake family that I don't think was around back then. I've brought it with me.
Oh.
And it's the dark chocolate.
Wow.
Tunnock's Teacake, so I'll grab them.
Oh, and now I've never heard of the dark chocolate ones before.
So they come in a very similar display box case.
It's a bit more funky though, the box, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got like a navy blue gold kind of thing going on with the foil as well. So I'll pop them open, cardboard seal.
Thank God you don't have many calories in.
Yeah, well, we've only had one from the milk chocolate, but it'd be interesting to compare.
And obviously we work so hard in the library that we burn the calories off in the Tunnocks in 15 minutes.
Yeah, and I think podcasting really burns calories, so we probably already burnt the first one off.
Fair enough. I was going to try it. I'm not going to dunk it.
Gonna
I'm
try
not going to
dunking it.
dunk it now. Fool's game, that, isn't it?
So a lot of biscuits now have a dark chocolate equivalent. I think the Kit Kat was the first one that I had.
Right.
That was like a mass-produced, usually milk chocolate one that came out with a dark chocolate.
With dark chocolates.
Right, in one.
Ready to go?
Oh. Yep, so not much different because the biscuit and the meringue are the same.
No, you can tell the dark. The chocolate's got a slight more bitterness to it. Nice.
Yeah.
Italian meringues doing its thing again.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I would really like.
Go on.
If they made like a Tunnock's ice cream. Like marbled with Italian meringue and chunks of biscuit and chocolate.
Or like a Magnum chocolate, and then inside it's got like the Italian meringue.
Yeah, like a Teacake ice cream, like on a stick. Oh yeah, definitely.
I did Teen Tunes this morning, so I've been eating quite a lot of biscuits and cakes this morning. So I'm feeling like, sweating.
Get the biscuit sweats.
The biscuits. What are the biscuit sweats?
Biscuit sweats was when you eat too many biscuits.
I think that's a healthy sign.
Yeah, it's
like exercise, isn't it?
The biscuits go in, and then the impurities purge out in like a cold sweat.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I've seen, and you can buy an umbrella that looks like a Tunnock's foil when you open the umbrella.
Like a human-sized one.
Human-sized umbrella, yeah.
Wow. So there's merch going on.
Yeah. I'd wear a Tunnock's badge or a T-shirt or something like that.
Would you wear a Tunnock's jacket?
If it would it have to be metallic?
Yes. Like silvery metallic, like that design with the red and white stripes.
Yeah, like a puffer jacket or something like that.
Puffer jacket, like you get, yeah.
Yeah, if I ever went skiing, I think I'd look great, like dressed up like a big Tunnock's Teacake. Oh,
and instead of having feathers or whatever, they could have Italian meringue as the sort of cushioning.
It's probably a good insulator, isn't it?
It's probably a fabulous insulator.
Delicious.
Keep you warm, keep you safe. And if you ever got stranded, you could just start eating your own jacket.
Yeah.
You'd live for years in a glacier.
Yeah.
So, what's your earliest biscuit memory? Can you remember eating a biscuit when you were a child?
I'd say probably I remember having like club biscuits with my pack lunch for school.
Yeah. What flavour? Orange, or did you go for the plain one with the red raisins in?
I think we'd kind of alternate. So I'd always have, we'd eat the packet and then we'd go, well, what are we having next? We'll have a different flavour.
You might get a multi-pack in.
But it'd be like we'd finish the orange ones and then it'd be like, right, next time we buy clubs, we'll get the mint ones. Or
yeah.
I had a soft spot for the plain, like just the milk chocolate one, because you got more chocolate on it. Where there would be a filling, you'd get more chocolate.
Yeah.
And I put them in the fridge or something, so they'd have a proper snap on them. Yeah.
Did you ever get a club biscuit that was all chocolate?
Never that lucky.
I've heard of people getting a solid chocolate club biscuit before now.
That's a 1 in a million, that, isn't it?
I think it's definitely a 1 in a million chance. I think Ian said he'd had that once happen to him.
Yeah, I once had a Kit Kat that was all chocolate.
Oh, that's got to be one in a million, doesn't it?
Yeah, so that's good in the autobiography, that.
Yeah, I would.
I'm proud of that. I took the week off work after that, really had to let it sink in.
There's not a biscuit you wouldn't eat?
Yeah, I've never met a biscuit I wouldn't scoff.
Right, okay.
Because even I know ones that do get a bad rap, like your Garibaldi's and stuff like that. Like, I wouldn't choose them over any other biscuit.
Yeah.
But if there was only Garibaldi's, I'm sure I could handle. I'd rather have one than not have any biscuit.
Right, okay. So you'll eat anything, basically.
Within reason, though I do like any novelty flavours as well. So if
you like them weird flavours, don't you?
If a novelty flavour of biscuit comes out, I've got to try it. Doesn't matter how horrendous it sounds.
Would you go for a sausage meat flavoured Jaffa cake?
Of course, I would have to.
That wouldn't put you off.
No, not because I think it would be nice, but just because I'd want to know what it tastes like.
I see. Yeah, so you'd even be prepared. Like, this is going to be disgusting.
Yeah, I had an all-day breakfast flavoured Walker's crisps.
Oh my god!
Once, and the flavour of egg was so strong. Yeah, you don't want egg flavoured crisps.
I suppose they'd have haggis flavoured or something like that, wouldn't they?
Honestly, if they brought out a haggis flavoured tea cake, I would be in the queue outside the shop to get them.
I mean, I love haggis. I really do. Oh, haggis is so nice.
Love haggis, yeah.
don't know whether these go in a tea cake now.
No. Because it's a completely different texture, unless it's the same texture and it's a flavour.
Like you filled it with, instead of the Italian meringue, you filled it with haggis. You would go for it.
Of course. Not missing out. I'd say to the people at home, if you've never had one, most supermarkets sell them. Try one. They're great to eat with like a book or something because there's really no crumbs.
There's not many crumbs, no.
So you don't have to worry about getting crumbs in your book. Though, yeah, if you're afflicted with facial hair like myself, all in one or not at all, I'd say.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Thanks very much for coming down. We'll talk to someone else next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi there, book lovers. It's Dan again from Stock Services Unit, and here's some of the new fiction that's coming to us in May. From iconic detectives to sweeping historical epics, here are the top 15 books coming to Sefton Libraries this month. The Crime and Mystery, Ironwood by Michael Connolly. The powerhouse duo of Harry Bosch and Renee Ballard return for another gritty, high-stakes investigation in LA. The Last Mandarin by Louise Penny. Chief Inspector Armand faces a complex new puzzle in this beloved atmospheric series. Body of Lies by Joe Callahan. DCS Kat Frank and her AI colleague return to test the boundaries of technology and traditional policing. 26 Beauties by James Patterson, a relentless new thriller that promises the breakneck speed Patterson is famous for. Blood, Rust and Steel by Stuart McBride, a masterclass in Scottish noir, dark, funny and deeply gripping. For literary and contemporary fiction, The Things We Never Say by Elizabeth Strout, a new chapter for Lucy Barton exploring the quiet, profound secrets that shape our lives. John of John by Douglas Stewart, from the Booker Prize-winning author of Shuggie Bain, a raw and lyrical look at identity and survival. A Woman's Place by Danielle Steele, a sweeping story of resilience and the modern challenges women face in pursuit of their dreams. For historical fiction and adventure, The Boleyn Secret by Alison Weir, a fresh, tension-filled look at the Tudor court through the eyes of the legendary historian. Warlord of Britannia by Simon Scarrow. The Eagles of the Empire series continues with a brutal, action-packed look at Roman Britain. Vengeance by Wilbur A. Smith, historical adventure that takes readers across rugged landscapes on a quest for justice. And for sci-fi and fantasy fiction, The Midnight Train by Matt Haig, from the author of The Midnight Library, a new speculative journey exploring life's many paths. Seek the Traitor's Son by Veronica Roth, a dystopian adventure from the creator of Divergent. The Tapestry of Fate by S.A. Chakraborty, a rich historical fantasy that weaves magic and myth into a stunning narrative. And Radiant Star by Anne Leckie, a grand space opera that pushes the boundaries of the genre from an award-winning visionary. If you want any of these books and all the others we've got coming out this May, place a hold on them using our catalogue website, catalogue.sefton.gov.uk, or download the Leader Europe app. Log in with your library card, place a hold that way.
Welcome back to Two Truths and a Lie. Time to find out if you guessed correctly. The lie was Anna Jacobs ensures to feature the line, "Oh no, my shawl," in each of her novels. It's actually, "Oh no, my inheritance." No, that's a lie as well. It's, "Oh no, my scone." No, that's a lie as well. "Oh no, my... Oh no."
You've been listening to the Tales from the Stack podcast, brought to you by Sefton Libraries. Keep up to date with the latest news on our socials, and we hope to see you again next time.